Hello and welcome. This is Ruth and I've come back with the beautiful Bevelled star box die set. So if you remember, I made a lovely beveled box. In fact, I think I actually made 3 of them whenever this was launched back in birthday week 2023 for Tonic. Some of the dies are just off this at the moment, but it is a really beautiful big set, and it made the most beautiful beveled box because these pieces here made a lovely, well, beveled top to the box. And I'll just add some pictures in now and let you see what that looked like if you forget. So at the end of this video I will add a lot of photos of what the beveled box itself should look like, and then these are just a few more ideas that I've had that I thought I'd put together in another video to show you some different ways of getting some extra mileage out of that set. So first of all, I thought I would love to make a little memory book. So I've die cut some pages out, as I call it, the star, whatever, and that's actually with the bigger star die, which isn't on there at the moment, but I have die cut several of those out, and then my what I was wondering was how would I attach that. So I was actually going to fold this here and attach those with some kind of tape together, but then I wasn't too sure about having dimension between the pages. But certainly if you like that kind of idea, you can go ahead and do that. But what I've done is I found little curtain rings that I had. You could use any kind of ring at all and just punch a hole up at the top there, and I think then that I could put something like a little tassel or whatever onto the top of that, some ribbons hanging from that, and it can just hang off the side there, and I can layer up some pages in there, and that way you'll have some dimension between it. And before I go any further with that, don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, maybe you'd like to do that and hit the notification bell, because sometimes whenever I've made my initial videos for the launches of these products, I do come back like now and give you lots of extra ideas of how you could use them, and it's I think anyway, it's always a good way to get good value for money, so maybe you'd like to think about that. So I have just taken an ordinary hole punch and I've punched a little hole at the top of that, and then I can add extra pages on if I want. Now I've taken the smaller star, which is actually this one here with the star right out at the edge of the die, and I've cut the smaller size and I've put it on here, and I've punched the hole through the 2 of those. I'm obviously going to be adding more layers to the top of this one, but I just didn't want to be punching the holes right through them all. So I have already then cut this petal pink, I think it's called, petal pink iridescent mirror card, and it's gorgeous. So I'm going to layer that up on there, and I have actually used this die along with this one to cut this layer, and then I'm going to add that directly on top. And then when I've done that, I'll punch a hole through that one, and that way I'll be able to line my little hole punch up in here, and I'll be able to feel where that just connects right through that. You can sort of move it around till you feel this little area going into the groove, and that way then you'll know you've punched it in the right place. But first of all, I'm going to go ahead and attach this one. Found an older memory book die set that I have, and I know several of them have these, but there's little hole punches in that will cut out the little circles to go on here, and some of this stuff is currently in another room, but I'll be bringing it in and showing you how I've done that, and I'll add those to both sides here just to make that a little bit stronger so that the ring will go through it and it will look finished as well. And I will link the other video where I show you how to make the actual beveled star box down below as well. So I was just thinking that if you've already got this set, it will give you some extra ideas. But if you were sort of humming and hawing and not sure whether you would like it or not, because you might just be able to make the star box from it, that's why I'm going to give you these extra ideas, because this is actually still available from the Tonic websites. It's there for you to buy, and if you know that you can get extra mileage out of it, that might just encourage you. So watch on and enjoy. If you do enjoy it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up at the end and leave me a little comment as well. My affiliate links to everything will be down in the description of the video as well, so thanks for everybody who uses those too. For the next layer on the top then, I've taken this inner star die along with this beautiful patterned one, and then I've added this one on top, and I've got this beautiful shape here, and you can see there it's lovely and lacy, and that's the little one on top to bring this one together. And now I'll just go ahead and glue that on, and that will be my front cover of the star. This actually, when I see it like this with the hole punched in the top, you could use that as a garland, or you could use it as a hanging decoration or something as well. You could even use it as a tag. Be really, really nice. For the pocket on this page then, I've taken the same size of star as I've used on the inside there, and I've cut it right down the centre in the guillotine, so it's from the narrowest points right across there, and I'm going to glue that on there just by the outside edges, and that leaves me a lovely little pocket here, and I'll put a little strip across here just to strengthen that. These are the rest of the pages. You could actually add as many in as you want, but I've cut out several here, and they're all with the bigger die, which I've now got beside me again, and I am going to decorate those, but I just wanted to show you this little thing as well. This is from a much older die set, but I know some of the newer ones have it. But whenever you cut this up, die cut it all out, and you have several layers on that, it is strong enough, I'm sure, to hold that. I just sort of like the look of this as well, so I have die cut these, and I'm going to just glue one over each side there, and I think it just finishes that off nicely. So if you've got something like that that you could use with it, I think that would be nice. But there you are, just glue it over like that, and then on the other side. Just to make sure that you actually get this hole in the same place in all of them, you can take the one that you've already punched it in and lay it down on top, and just make sure that you have all of the points aligned, and then take a pen and just make a little dot inside there, and then you'll be able to see that through your little hole punch, and make sure that that's where you punch the rest of them, and you can follow through with that on all the rest of your little pages. Well, I added on the holly leaves in silver there and some little berries, and my tag is just a little circle that fits down in there. And I'm actually looking at this card, and do you know, it looks so much nicer in real life. You're getting too many rainbow colours on there on the screen, but it's the most beautiful pink shade in real life with just a hint of that holographic stuff, but it's very rainbowy there and very colourful. Anyhow, that's that one. And then the next page opposite that one is going to be this one, which I have decided to cover in the beautiful mulberry wine paper. And it's kind of, this is Christmassy because I've got the holly and the berries on there, but it doesn't actually have to be Christmassy because a star can be used for congratulations or just all sorts of things even. But I thought this looked like sort of like a Christmas rose on there. So I have put the smaller star, the same as I've done on here, and then I've taken the star, which is smaller than that again, and again I have just glued this one around these edges here, and the top of it is open, so I can put a little tab in there. It's just a little punched circle. It's actually a punched circle, and then this is the little die which was the catch from the little box in the beveled box, and then that can slip in there. Now I have just folded this little piece over here, and then I've taken a little die which cuts out a pattern for the side of the boxes around the lid, and I've cut that out in the paper and glued a little rose onto the top, and now I'm just going to glue this directly across where I have folded that part of the star down, and that gives a lovely little decoration on the just across the center there of that folded back star. And then that's my next little page which I can fold over here. The next one then I've just left plain as a photo mat, and on the one opposite that then I have again put this on here, the soft amethyst, and I've made my little tab again just some white card onto the back of the mulberry wine. But this then is the little hanger for the box. It's the little piece that goes at the top, and this time I've just used it as a little piece to put this tab in here. And then again, the other side here we have a plain piece. Now on the page opposite that, I have got some bits and pieces here. So I've taken the large star first of all. So that's the actual page die that I've used, and I've put a big magnet, one of the larger ones, into the center of that and just glued it onto the back of this. And then I have taken a piece of card which I'm going to put over the top of that, but I wanted to show you where the magnet was first of all. So this is going to get glued directly on over here and cover that magnet. So now I've cut the smaller star, and I've actually cut 1, 2, 3, 4 white ones, and I've backed the top one onto a star of the same patterned paper. And then on this is what I would call the back one, and I'm actually going to glue this on top of here to cover that magnet. But I've put the magnet on, and I've obviously made sure that it's going to just connect to that. And then this is going to give me a little book to put on top. So I'll go ahead and glue this, and then I'll add these other ones with some of this twine through the top. I've punched a hole in all the rest of them at the top there. That's it all put together now, and I've just put the little ring back through here, so you could either open it this way and turn it over to see the other side, or you can actually just move this ring around a little and slide these over and open it up this way. So we've got the first one here, and then this one with the folded back piece. The last one then, I just made a little pocket the same as I had done at the start, and there you have it. Now obviously you could add a bigger ring on there if you wanted, and you could put more pages on. There's still room for a few more on there as well, and you could maybe even hang a tassel or a bow or something from that as well, or some little dangly bits and pieces. But that's my little book finished, and I just thought that was another nice little way of using that star. Well, this is just another one of those die sets that there's so many different ways you can use it, and you'll be able to see if you look back at one of my videos, which I will link down below. I think it's 5 different ways I've used this die set, as so that would be the beveled box, and then 4 different other ways that I've used it, and that was in a magazine commission a while back, but I'll link that down below and you can have a look. But one thing I didn't do back then was make a card with it. So I've done that now, or at least I'm just about to do it. So you can see here that I've actually cut out the 2 large stars, and obviously we're going to have to stand it on its little feet this way, so the 2 points are heading out this direction at the top and not up straight like that. So I've cut out 2 of the stars in the bigger size and 1 in the smaller size in the floral paper, and put that on there. And then I have used the 2 dies that I used for the center of my book cover as well. So that's these 2. And I've put that on in white there, and instead of putting it directly on top like that, I have offset it this time so that the little points are pointing out in between. I did go ahead and put the tiny star in between, but I didn't really need that. And then right across here, because I thought I needed a sentiment, I've got the peace, love and joy, and that's from the festive votive holder die set. So I am going to make a card out of this, and how I'm going to make that stand is I've just taken this right into the top of my super trimmer, I have marked that at, it's roughly about 1.5 centimeters from the top, but you'll see where the 2 points line up at the same place on the trimmer, and then I've scored right down there, and I've got these 2 bits here that will now bend back, and I'm just going to add glue onto that and attach those to the opposite places on the actual card front, and I've got myself a lovely little card. So just remember to make sure it's the right way up and pop that on there and that on there, and then line all of this before the glue just grabs completely. And there you are. Well, that's everything for now, and I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to check out those other videos. The first one where you'll see the different ways of making the actual box, and then the second one, which I'll link below, which will show you the 5 other things that I've made, the box and 4 others actually, and then this little card and this one in here. And I hope you've enjoyed all that, and I hope it's given you a lot of ideas. You'll probably come up with some of your own when you see this as well, because sometimes you just need to see a little bit of something someone else makes, and it just fires your imagination and sparks off something that takes you off in a different direction as well. So if you have some ideas of your own, some other ideas, leave me a little comment down below. In fact, leave me a little comment anyway if you do have a moment or two. Let me know what you think of the video, and let me know, just say hello even, that would be nice. I always like to keep in touch, so that would be lovely. And if I don't get back for a day or two, don't worry, I will read the comments and I will get back. So once again, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do that and hit the notification bell. There's always lots of videos coming up. And again, give it a big thumbs up if you do enjoy it. And my affiliate links for everything I've used will be down below in the description. That doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does give me a little commission, and I always appreciate everybody who uses those. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.